Now we have Claudia Pages, a poet, artist living in Amsterdam, but she is from Spain, from Barcelona. Yes, welcome onto stage.